there we go. We are live. Welcome back, everyone, to the to the to another night where the DM is not going to be able to recall what he wanted to say. My apologies. So, welcome to the Legacy of Mythal Campaign. So what happened last week was the heroes rested the night at the Safe Haven Inn and awoke to no new news from Ramalia Haventree. So Jinx set off for the Tower of Luck and to see who he could help within the city. Alamir, accompanied by Luna, visited his old friend Nair as he delivered the scroll of notes about the Drakenhorn to the gathered researchers at the palace. His turtle friend was extremely happy to see him, and they made plans for dinner that night. Then Alamir and Luna headed to catch up with Zem and Spot, who had gone to see how Hef was doing with his training. Spot had found some city youths to help and advise as they headed north, and he and Zem found Hef finishing a flight routine where he led 5 other griffins through precise maneuvers. They learned from Captain Kalen Bellabranta that Hef was on his final day of training and had set a record for the speed and level of mastery he had acquired with the Griffins. Hef introduced them and Alamir and Luna when they arrived soon after to their Griffins, each one specially chosen to match their personalities and temperament of the riders. Then the group set a time for the following day to train, deepen the bonds with the Griffins, and learn how to ride them. That evening, Alamir had a wonderful dinner and caught up with Nair, and after another night's rest, the group spent the day training with their griffins. By the end of the day, everyone had formed a high level of competency and comfortability with their mounts, and Luna, Spot, and Jinx had formed deep bonds with theirs. The next morning, while they were finishing breakfast, Leosin Lanthar walked in to tell them that his spy network had just reported a sighting of Varum the White, the worm speaker who had disappeared after the white dragon mask had been stolen from him. He had been seen at Boriskir Bridge to the southeast, and if the heroes moved quickly, they could find out where he went and track him down. Capturing a worm speaker could prove immensely valuable information to the Alliance. So the heroes set off immediately and teleported to Baldur's Gate with their griffins. They flew from there to Boriskir Bridge. 3 uneventful days later, they arrived around dusk and landed within the tent community on the south side of the bridge. They entered Bolo's Tentside Inn after Alamir talked with his mother and learned that the proprietor, Bolo, was a friend and former business partner of his family's close friend, Mojaria Huja. As they entered, they were greeted by a bartender asking, "Gentlemen, welcome to Bolo's. What can I get you to quench your thirst?" And that's where we pick it back up.
Do we have or are we
Drink!
using a map, or is it this the map? Are we dropping our characters in at all? Or
No, you're not dropping the characters in.
Okay.
This is just you're
Okay.
We're assuming it. I know it that somewhere
that's fine.
here. Yep, you're in a tent in the inn.
How busy is the place? That looks like a building.
That's a building.
I know
not
it looks
tent.
like a building. This is the only map of this place, and somebody decided it had developed into buildings, which is fine. We're just pretending. Imagine that, pretending.
It's fine.
So,
But like, how busy is it? Is there,
There
2-3 people? Is there 20-40 people?
no, there's only 3 groups of people at some tables. So there's a total of around 9 people drinking right now. It is around dinner time too. But from what you've seen, a lot of people were out camping, eating their dinners and their camps, and it doesn't seem to be a lot of people here at this point in time.
Everybody looks normal on the up and up. Nobody looks shady or questionable in any way. Do you want me to roll an
You're
insight?
in the room.
Roll a perception check. So you look around the room and you see, so there's a group of 4, a group of 3, and against the far wall of the tent, a group of 2 people.
Still a building.
They are sitting there with their hoods up, and one of them, as it looks over in your direction, you see something glisten from. It's not a shiny glisten like wearing an earring, but in the side of the cheek, on the back side by the ear, something. It's almost like it's wet and shiny, like the skin itself has a
Male or
sheen to
female? Can I tell by the look?
it.
Bumps or no bumps?
Looks to be female.
Okay. I will whisper that over to Jenkin and Zem to just basically like, hey, watch out for them guys. Looks like they're a little shady, and there's something sparkly underneath one of their hoods. And then I go, I guess that means I'm not buying around for the place because I don't like them. And then I just go, round for the group.
Of course.
How far?
Ale coming up.
Is there any? When I rolled last, we family connection with Bolo.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a friendly way that people who are friends with Bolo, known for years, whatever, like yelling out Norm, or anything that would call him out that's considered a normal call out to Bolo instead of just saying, "Hey, is Bolo in?"
Not that you know of.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Then I will ask at the front, say, "Where's the Bolo? Where's the man? Where's Bolo?"
This is what Bolo looks like today.
Take me with a
Oh, he's already behind the bar.
Look at that. So, I'm sorry. And you said something to him?
Yeah, if that is Bolo, then I would recognize him immediately. I'm going to walk up to him and be like, "Oh, how many years has it been, Bolo?" And see if he recognizes me back.
Well, first off, the question is, did Bolo ever meet you? He was a former
Partner of Mojari.
Yes.
And okay, no, I'm going to play it this way anyway. I'm still going to walk up like I know him. Hey,
Absolutely.
Bolo, and let him do the, do I know you? Whatever, blah, 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 blah. That sort of thing. And then I will bring up the connection with Mojari and that sort of thing.
And he doesn't recognize you immediately, but as soon as you mention Mojari and who you are, he goes, "Oh, Elamir, I remember when you were a little, tiny little tot. Ah, little Ali, yes."
And I'm going to show warmth through show gratitude, show how long it's been, and tell him that I talked to Mojari, just not. I sent the books back a week and a half ago. I asked him if he's in contact with him, if he knows how he's doing, because I can give him an update if he doesn't, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And just cordial.
Fantastic. Yeah, he's very, very happy to meet someone that he knows and a close connection, and he has. It has been probably a month and a half since he's talked to Mojari. Mojari had actually come through and said hi. Stopped, went a little out of his way to stop at the tent site inn and see him. So yeah,
So this isn't.
his information is probably about as recent as yours.
Okay, and that's fine. And is there
So
anything?
I just turn to Alamir and I go, so is this like 7 ways to Mujari bacon?
And
Nice.
I nod. Yes.
So
Definitely.
everybody knows him.
Exactly.
That's nice. That should get you in the door in a lot of places.
I ask him. One thing I want to know is the inn, the tavern, famous for anything, drink wise or food wise, that I remember?
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
And really, like tonight, like there is a good amount of stew, venison stew.
Then I will just, as he's offering to buy drinks, I'll just look at him and say, "My friend here, and the rest of us would like and of course, your finest drink, and that famous. What do I smell back there? Is it rabbit or no venison?
The
Some
venison
of the
stew,
venison.
yes.
I will definitely make it a big,
Caribou cake.
wondrous thing. Yeah, caribou, whatever. That sort of thing. Just to see him smile and let him get the finest
And he
drink
turns,
out here.
He turns and goes and to grab some stew and a bottle of really nice,
And now Jalamir and I go,
wine.
now you're buying.
And Jinkin, make a perception check as you use your invisible mage hand to pull the hood back on the individuals. So you pull the hood back, and there's a woman with long, dirty dishwater blonde hair, going down the back, and you pull the hood back, and on the two of them, I guess one and then the other. You're doing both, or just one?
Initially, it'd be just the one that was pointed out with the
that he
shiny thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she looks straight over in your direction while quickly grabbing the hood and pulling it back up. You notice two things. You notice scales on just right behind the ear, just a couple of scales, and her eyes have a reptilian look to them, and as her companion immediately looks with shock over in your direction, you notice that what seems to be a male human of some type also has reptilian eyes when he looks directly in your direction, and they both quickly get up and run for the entrance to the tent.
Run for Alamir.
Do you want me to block them? I can get there
quick
first.
Question.
Yes.
How did they know it was me that did it?
They looked over in the direction of the group.
Okay.
If their back was to you, I'm assuming you pull down the hood, they're going to whip their head around to see who did it.
Well, I'm not anywhere near them. It's just an invisible mage hand, and I don't use somatic or whatever to do it, control it. So I was just kind of curious to make sure they just knew it was me. I was like, holy shit, these guys know some stuff.
No, they maybe not specifically you, but they were looking at the group. They just looked over at the group. You're the ones who just walked in.
Do we have an action for spells?
Okay.
They're running towards the door.
He wants to fireball the room.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong. No.
The tent, man. Don't burn down Bolo's tent.
Just joking.
So, if you would like to do something, go ahead and roll initiative.
I was going to say, do you guys want me to go stop them from running out or not? It's up to
Yes.
you. Okay, then as they get up and do that, then I will try to get in front of them to say, hey, where are you guys going so far? I'll buy you a drink.
How many are there, Tom?
There's just two.
All right, let's play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Initiative, okay.
Where do I go? I think I can go here. Right here.
Actually, Alamir, you should be asking him, so who are those two, as we run over to stop him from running out?
Don't
See
worry.
if he knows who they are.
I'll get them. I have ways of making them talk. You know that.
And actually, I'm going to take the turn order down. We can just do this real quickly here. All right. Yeah, that was there. They got a 4.
I can cross that amount of the room very fast.
Yes. So, Spot, you are at the in front of them before they even make it halfway there.
And I just say, where are you guys going? I thought we'd buy you a drink.
Ow.
You look a little shooken up.
The woman says, "Out of the way, human."
Human? Wow, you're racist.
It's not wrong. Seriously, they went right to race. Just saying.
Well, especially
That's
since
why I'm
you're not
wondering
human.
what their response are going to be.
So
This can go south fast. Just
and they both try to push past you. What do you do?
I'm blocking the door the best that I can be with, until these guys show up next to me. I'm guessing why they rolled. So I'm assuming the rest of them are coming over.
Yeah, and you all can make it over there. So Zim, you are doing divine sense, and you got a general sense of nothing malignant within the room, except for these two. And it's not. It's interesting. So they probably show up as around within the 5, maybe approaching 4 range, but you get a sense that it is a general level of not necessarily distrust, but maybe the closest thing you've ever encountered is individuals who have a high level of superiority complex and or what's the term for isolationism, groups of people who are don't like outsiders.
So they're cultists.
Okay. Got it.
all right.
Unsociable.
There's a term, I can't remember it.
Unconscionable.
So it's a for entire
You
societies
muted
that kind of that are isolationist. So you all get over there, blocking them from leaving.
Alamir's not going to go over there. Alamir's casting a spell.
What is Alamir casting?
I'll
So-
cast
Fireball.
a fireball.
Are you casting fireball?
No.
No. God,
I wouldn't put it past you. I'm just
hold monster
reasonable
on which
question.
one?
Both
the
of
male
them.
or the female?
Both.
No, so you're upcasting it?
Yep. Well, it's automatically upcast at 6th level.
okay.
It's a 5th level or 6th level. We'll find out.
Wisdom
It
saving
is-
throw.
Hold on. It's a 5th level, so it's upcast by 1 level. It's a level. No, sorry, it's a 5th level. So, target is for duration.
So this is with advantage.
So,
They have advantage
They have
on
advantage
the
on
save.
so it is only one of them. So I'm going to do it on the male.
On the male. Okay.
Mhm.
So here we go. 13 does not make it.
And I'm going to say he is. I say out loud as I'm at the bar with Bolo.
Thank you, Luna. Thank you. Xenophobia. That's the word.
That's the word. I'm going to shout across the bar, speak across the bar, saying, "The male isn't going anywhere, so you don't have to worry about him." And then I'm going to ask Bolo, as you said, "Who are they? Do you know these
Bolo's like looking.
Why are there Yuan T purebloods in this area?" Blah, 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 blah.
So they have their hoods up still because they put them back up. Unless anyone is going to remove the hoods.
Yeah, and I explained the
after
male
he
is
puts
held.
hold person on him, I'll pull down the hood on the male because he can't stop me from doing that.
Yeah, and he can't stop anything. The female can do whatever she wants.
Bolo looks over and he goes, more of the scaled folk.
Have you been having issues with them?
Yes. In fact, there was a one of them just a few days ago questioning a dwarf in purple robes. And the dwarf pulled out a dagger and stabbed the scaled one dead. Became a hero. As you all are.
Yeah, but we don't like people in purple robes either.
That dwarf, I
So
tell
the
you,
enemy might be my friend.
that dwarf's
And I
a
looked at
hero,
her.
make no mistake. But he is in his entourage took off straight away for the hills then, quick as cats. So, well, what are you gonna do with these two?
Well, it's time to have a conversation.
that's
Zem,
fair.
would you please create a zone so these people will tell us the truth?
On it.
And I explained to Bolo, oh, we're just going to talk to them because
Miss, would you
there
please sit
seems to
down?
be some issues.
Your
Or-
friend here will not be going anywhere.
He's just going to stand there for a minute or
She
so.
looks with a combination of fear and anger and disgust in her eyes. She goes, "Fine. I will
You can,
sit."
and I'm going to tell Jenkins or bind the other one.
Well, let's just have a conversation first. If she
You only
gets
have
up
a
and
minute,
runs or does something against us, then
but we only have a minute. So after that
We'll-
minute,
I'm holding my hold person for
Correct.
whichever makes trouble. So
I'll stand
got back up.
next to the guy while you guys question her then. So if anything happens or we start running close to the end of the minute, I will tie him up.
okay. So
If
we're
the
down
conversation doesn't go the way we want it
here. We're
to.
down here. Where are you taking her to have a seat and talk?
She just sits down at the closest seat right where
Okay,
she
so
was.
she's over here.
She just sits down.
Okay.
So, Zem, I assume an 18 passes. Makes
For
Yes.
telling the truth.
but you know that she is not under the influence.
And everybody else is.
I do say not under influence.
She's a strong one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully she'll be honest with us and we won't have to come to any other kind of circumstances.
I'm just having a drink at the bar.
We have ways to make you talk.
I will let either Zem or Luna or Alamir ask her questions while I stand next to the brother with my rope out in case I need to tie him up.
Should probably tie him up anyway.
Well,
Just tie his feet so he can't go anywhere.
I want her to answer truthfully, but if she doesn't, and we can insight that, then I will just be like, fine. If you're not going to answer
Every
right,
lie,
then he's ours.
One more tied up part. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm at the bar. If you call me over, I'll come over now. But Alamir was just wanting to talk to Bolo about life and liberty, and then this happened. So he got the information from Bolo. So
Yep.
if that's all Bolo says, then I will come over.
You should otherwise start questioning Bolo more about the man in
The
purple
presence.
and where he went and whatever
Yeah,
else he
yeah.
knows about him.
I'll get while Zem is bad copying the girl Yunti. I'll be talking to Bolo to get about who do we know who the guy with the purple robe was, what he was doing. It's like we're looking for the one-armed man. What's going on? Has there been an influx of the Yunti? Are they causing problems, or are they just more whatever?
So, anyone who well, actually, I will just say that it is relatively common knowledge that the Serpent Hills got their name for as far back as most humanoid groups can remember, from the communities of Yanti that live within it. So,
And the Yunti are generally evil, correct?
Yanti, in terms of humanoid society, yes.
Okay.
They're always found trying to work behind the scenes and control or gain influence and power within society.
So to be found inside, this isn't a city, but in a civilized area, city, large town, they would be considered threats, because the only reason they're there is probably for devious reasons.
That is how most people would look at them, yes.
So in this small out camp, Bolo has the bridge camp, been having issues with the Auntie recently, besides the dwarven meeting. And then who's the dwarf again, if I ask him?
He didn't get it. So he didn't get his name. He was asking about the hills and the ruins and Look, he was looking for, what was that called? Some ruins, and you see the table of three. One of them kind of that they're all like paying close attention to everything that's happening, and this older gentleman, probably in his late 40s, early 50s, dark curly hair, full beard, wearing spectacles. He looks over and goes, I seem to remember it was looking for the old resting place of Diderius, the famous diviner. It said that his tomb is somewhere in the middle of the hills.
What hills? About how far away?
The ones that you're right next to the north, the Serpent Hills.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the auntie that this skirmish between the dwarf and them, it was the dwarf defending himself. So that you can know of, because they attacked him.
No, they were just asking him his business and what he was doing, and he looked them straight in the eye, and before the creature could react, he pulled out a dagger and stabbed him.
And he was in green robes. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, more showing up now than used to.
I mean, for all we know, they show up more often than not. It's not unusual for travelers to come in with cloaks or not wanting to interact and have people learn much about them. There's a lot of secrecy in this pot.
All right, and then with that, I will take my drink, and I'm going to take an extra one that hadn't somebody else's. I don't care whose it was. I'm just going to grab one from the pile, and I'm going to walk to the table, and I'm going to offer her the drink, or I'll ask him. Do they drink this stuff,
Well,
or does everybody drink this stuff?
They do. Yes, they.
Okay.
I mean, why? I guess it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be easy for them to come in and
Not
pretend
drink it.
to be human if they weren't coming in to drink.
I'll bring it and I'll put it in front of her. And I'll swap. I'll swap the drinks and be like, I'll drink out of mine, swap them so that I can drink out of this to show that there's nothing in them.
Oh man, you spit in it.
That I did.
Is the male actually a bunny, or was that just?
No,
No.
he's a bunny.
I threw that in there. I was waiting for them to, whatever. I would like to do that that actually lengthens the time.
Because he's now polymorphed. He was held.
That lasts an hour. So I mean,
it's a little bit longer, and they put him in a basket. Walk him over to the stew.
The guy. Wait a minute. Which guy turned into a bunny?
The guy on hold.
Well, the guy we have on hold, he has a monster hold
For 1 minute.
Oh.
for 1 minute. I'd like
He's
to go over there.
It.
I ungear him basically, and I want to just I want to cast polymorph, and if it doesn't work, I'll cast it again.
He wants to make him a bunny so he can be held in a basket.
Sure. That's
It's a charisma. Is a con or charisma?
It's a really good question since it's been a while. It is actually a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Oh, right. Your sense of self. Ooh.
He knows himself.
It's going to take more than one try.
It's going to take more than one. Oh, he's got advantage.
Yes, he has advantage.
So he said he's going to do it again.
Yeah, I'll just do it again.
Ooh.
Wow.
2 crits in a row. He does not want to be a bunny.
I said, okay, so he doesn't want to be a bunny.
still under hold. Though.
Squirrel?
So
Mouse?
No,
Mouse.
no. I want something that I think could just climb out of this basket. Really
Fish.
easily.
Lungfish. It can breathe, but it can't go anywhere.
Oh.
Octopus? No, they're trouble.
They're smart.
Uh,
Grub. Sloth.
Snail.
You want to try forcing the bunny issue?
One more time.
I'm going to use a bonus action to oppose disadvantage, which basically evens it off, and then do it one more time.
Okay. Here we go.
He's another 21.
Without
He's
advantage. 10.
Yeah, he's a bunny.
He's a bunny.
His friend just saw a bunny.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. We're going to call him Poop Stain.
Still a stiff bunny, though, because he can't move, right?
Yeah, well, technically that was 3 turns, and how long it took to do it, I don't know. But
once he does, I can actually just unconcentrate, just turn it off. So the bunny's now mobile, and you give him a carrot.
Yep.
We feed our prisoners. So
we throw something on top just enough so he can't really get out, but he can kind of see through the basket or whatever is laying around.
There's air.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start asking her questions, along with Zam if he'd like to ask, and anybody else who has questions for her. First question I'm going to ask her is, why run?
We were revealed. We are hated here.
So why do you come here?
It's not for the food. Sorry, Bolo. I heard that.
It is important. It is important to have information, intelligence on those around your.
Are you a dragon lover or a dragon hater?
Possible enemies must be kept an eye on.
So answer the dragon question.
The what?
Dragon.
Are you
question.
a dragon lover or a dragon hater?
Currently racist, but you know.
I have no love or hate for dragons. They can be useful allies, but otherwise they are to be stayed clear of. They are powerful.
Are you a dragon cloaked hater or lover? Meaning, I'm asking him, is he a dragon cultist lover or hater?
I do not understand your question.
Why would Varum kill one of your kind?
Who is this Varum?
Well, I just wanted to see if you knew. Why did the wearer of purple kill one of you?
I assume he hates us.
Well, assume only makes an ass out of you and me.
I do not.
Don't you have facts? Isn't that why you're here, trying to find facts?
I do not know. He is not here. And I was not here to watch it happen.
Dragon coming through here.
Can I get an insight on that one, Tom, when she says she wasn't here?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. And I'm just gonna...
Does she seem to be telling us the truth so far?
I don't feel like whispering it to myself.
So, while you're figuring that out, Tom, so Varum, who is our gold dwarf, who was a cult leader, was the white dragon mask wearer.
Correct.
But Varum lost his mask to Gemma.
Yeah, to Gemma, yes.
So currently, he's looking for something. Yes. But he doesn't have his mask. Okay, so we're out going over the cult leader. That's who did this. Got it. Cleared up. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Spot,
I'm putting that down.
You feel like she so far has telling the truth. Like there's enough human traits, and she is a pure blood, even though there are definite signs of her being Yanti. She is enough human traits for you to feel confident in your read.
Okay. I tap Zem on the shoulder and Alamir, and I just nod my head like, yep, she's telling us the truth, so go ahead and ask her what you want.
Who was the Yanti that was stabbed by Varum?
So, go ahead.
It wasn't one of these.
Name, even though we don't know.
No, it wasn't one of these two, though. And
Luna.
the question I have is, if
Luna, you're just sitting there. Why don't you roll me 2d10, please?
Oh, I don't like that. Can I not? I hate this 2d10 crap. There, perfectly normal. We're having drinks.
He was sent by us to watch. I am his replacement.
So he got stabbed and died from the dagger that the dwarf used on him.
Yes. And from the back, you hear Bolo say, oh yeah, he was dead all right.
Go team. All right, so the Yanti knew the dwarf was here. So they tracked him and confronted him. But I'm going to ask, do you know what the confrontation was about, or was it strictly to hunt him down?
How do you know it was to hunt him, or if they were just keeping an eye on this place because it's close to where they come in and out of the underground?
Not true. So ask him what you just said. Which was it? Was the Yanti the hunted, or was it the dwarf who was being hunted?
I will tell you what I believe happened.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that
children are our future.
The Watcher saw the dwarf, heard him asking about ruins in the Serpent Hills, and questioned him, trying to find out what he was looking for, to discern if he was a threat to us. The dwarf, seeing or recognizing the Watcher for what he was, killed him.
So I turn to everybody and I go, so that might make these lovely people that we're with on our side, if they are willing to help us track him down.
You are absolutely correct.
And I kind of look at her and I go, do you think your leaders would help us? We have not shown any amnesty towards you. We just wanted to talk.
And our reaction was specifically because you tried to run.
But we tried not to hurt you.
Understood. So...
Oh, I want to see a roll on that. I want to see a roll on...
On what?
I want either performance, persuasion. I want to
From
see...
me?
Yep. I want to see Spot get on his soapbox and just sell it. Because there's believability in that.
Can I use streetwise? Because, logically in my head, that's where I would go with this. Like, when you have a friend, you try to find out who else is their enemy and either take them out. Or when you have an enemy, you try to find out who else is in the lead with you and you try to get help.
Only because they are here on orders to do what they were doing, and now somebody who...
Well, and they're only there to listen.
Correct. So he's trying to tell them the right thing to do, or convince them the right thing to do.
I'm not going to require a roll simply because there are other elements, aspects of this that you don't need to know, can't really find out.
Okay.
Would
they be able to?
Now, you could. There's I guess you could find out almost anything, but she seems immediately willing to help.
That's what I'm saying. Do they have the ability to take us to who
I
would be able
can
to
tell
help?
you where you are, what you are. Well, I could tell you where the ruins are that the dwarf was looking for.
Would they
Well,
take us?
I don't want you to get in trouble with
Oh, I won't get in trouble.
your sect or your leaders, so we want to make sure that you're all okay. And then if you guys have anybody to come help us, if we need help against these, because I don't know how many people they were with him. Do you? Or does Bolo? Then I kind of like lean over. How many was with the dwarf guy?
Oh yeah, the dwarf had about 10 cloaked humanoids with him.
So I tell her, I'm like, we could probably use some help if there's that many. I mean, that's more than the 5 of us.
It is not likely that my people would help you in this endeavor. I'm sure you are more than capable of finding and capturing this dwarf.
But would you be willing to help us? And then you can take a full report back to your people to tell them that the person that killed one of your kind is no longer a threat.
Think of it as cowboy justice.
I would prefer not, but if you insist.
I'm going to roll a really bad persuasion just because I have a -1. But I rolled a 17, so I was really persuasive in my opinion.
16.
Yeah, because it's -1.
I know.
I'm learning from Jenkin. That silver tongue person.
You got to roll a 1 then.
and then you'd end up still with a 17. Or actually a 16, at least. So
no.
I thought your persuasion was like plus 15 or something like that.
Then,
no, if I roll a 1, I get a 24.
I will tell,
there we go.
Because the rabbit is with us and he's hearing everything since Martin Monster held him. So I would tell Jenkin, like, get the rabbit out, let her have her friend back.
I dumped the rabbit onto the ground.
No, put him on the table.
Well, he might take 1 or 2 points of damage and automatically turn back into him.
Right. You dump him from like up 6 feet up or 10 feet up.
Yeah. It's like
I levitate him first, and then.
Yeah. He comes out of rabbit form. He like stands up, goes over and stands next to her.
Give him all the stuff back too.
Do you want a carrot?
He glares at you.
Do you give him the stuff back, Jenkin?
Sure.
Okay.
I have nothing. Oh, I mean, I took it off just because I didn't want him to, whatever.
Yeah,
but
I mean, really, it was...
we attacked them.
All they had on them was a scimitar and a short bow.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's fine.
They don't have any armor on.
I now that they've offered, I actually offer them to come sit and sit comfortably, table with food and drink if they wish to join.
Yeah, I'll just say 2 more drinks and 2 more stews.
Yeah. And we get it to where it's.
Is he okay with this?
And I'll be right back while you.
Well, and that was the next part. I look at Bolo. I'm like, do you have a problem if we sit and talk with them for a while?
Remember, people can hear everything. Yeah.
It seems just mighty unusual to be making friends with the scaled folk.
Well, they haven't done anything to us.
You do things your way.
Well, haven't you heard about that drow that runs around that's real nice? Everybody thinks drows are bad too. Who knows?
Has he heard?
That was one of a million drow, though.
I just heard, and I've heard of him.
Well, maybe you just haven't heard of these 2 fine people yet.
I heard
you just called them people?
This is their opportunity to, shine.
I've heard lots of tales of him dying and coming back, and God's bringing him back, and I don't know. I think he died in the wars and is long gone. But I get what you're saying. And their coin's good. They always pay.
I look over at the other group. Are they still there, or did they leave after all of this?
This is entertainment for the evening. They're watching with interest.
So at that point, I would just say we sit down and have a conversation with them to get to know as much as they know about our quarry and his route and whatever else that they know about it.
So they mostly pick the venison out of the stew to eat. So what they
put it on the plate, I pick up the plate and shove it into my stew and eat more.
They tell you that how to find. So in the northern section of the Serpent Hills, it would be about 60 miles to the north. About a several hours walk from the nearest river. It is where this tomb of Diderius sits.
Do we know anything about the tomb of Diderius?
I
look to Alamir and Jenkin mostly because they're the knowledgeable folks.
Yeah, they're the only ones proficient in history that I know of. So go ahead and make some checks. Jenkin has heard of it.
I don't think Alamir is here right now.
Yeah. Well, I
don't know what his plus is, but I can roll for him. There, take an 18 and add whatever to it for Alamir.
Which I do believe. Oh, and there he is.
He does not have his headset on. He walked away without it.
He did again. Alamir,
what's your plus for history?
1,000.
Plus 9. He's got a plus 9.
Oh.
Plus 9. Okay, 27 for his history check on.
So
it's like a 27.
So
I rolled an 18 for you.
Heard of Diderius, not the tomb of Diderius, but of Diderius, who you just know was a famous diviner, a very famous wizard from about 100 and actually one sec. Where's that? I need to be here. I don't remember exactly how long ago. Let's say 350, 400 years ago. Alamir, you do know a little more about Diderius, and you know that Diderius, in his later years, went into the Serpent Hills and created a complex where for his divinations, and built it around a mystical divination pool. Like the whole complex was built just for his access to this divination pool, which is rumored to be extremely powerful, able to find anything, to be able to scry and locate anything, even things that might otherwise be protected from scrying.
Yep. So do we have any clue what they were looking to find? Who might we ask of the locals here that could help us figure out what they're looking for?
Well, you do know that the dwarf is looking for something.
Yep. So I say it'd be nice to know what.
Bolo says that
I got it.
the dwarf wasn't there long enough to answer any questions or even be asked questions. He was simply asking what people knew about the ruins, and the dwarf didn't even mention this tomb of Diderius, and
Well-
really just was asking about all the various runes and their locations, and then took off as soon as after stabbing this Yanti.
Well, don't we know what the dwarf had and then lost, and he's probably looking for it, the mask?
So you're thinking it's the mask?
No, I think he's using the pool to find where the mask is.
Yeah. Okay. So do we need to rush?
Do we care about the mask? Do we care about him having it? Also, do we care about him being in control of a divination pool? So those questions being asked, the next thing I do is I'm going to pull out a map and I'm going to put it on the table and I'm going to say, where is it?
Chi points onto the map, points where it is. So you have a really good idea of, especially with the griffins, you could fly there relatively quickly. It would take you 3/4 of a day, like what, 6 hours, 6.5 hours.
What time of day is it right now?
It had just gotten dark when you arrived.
So, as Zem asked, is it worth us stopping our green dragon hunt to stop one of the mask wearers? Personally, Alamir says yes.
Well, that is why you're here, though.
I thought we were fighting the dragon. He was all getting dragon ready.
No, you.
Nope, it's find this guy and catch him.
You came here to capture Varum. It was so just
I was all excited about a dragon.
Just to recap, you were Varum had been seen here by one of Leosin's spies, and you had agreed to come here. You're looking for Varum and looking to, up to you what you want to do with him if you find him, but the Harpers would like to question him, use him as a resource.
Didn't we hear Varum has a little dream dragon in his pocket?
Well, if he did have a dragon, it would be a white dragon because he's the white worm speaker.
Yeah.
All right. So
we might be able to use this divination pool to figure out where Axel is too.
If that's what we really need to find out. First things first.
Anything left to ask the Wanti pureblood, or do we want to giddy up and go?
Well, keep in mind, if you go, you can't really fly.
It's night. We have to leave tomorrow morning for flight.
Yeah, that's gonna the Griffins are pretty much done for the day.
I'm gonna ask the minimum rest where they are staying, or do they need rooms? I don't expect they're gonna stay, but
we're in a tent city. There are no rooms.
Yes, there are. We're in a building. There's a room somewhere.
There are rooms. There are little tent alcoves. There are rooms in the tent. No, they have a camp nearby.
Then I say we meet them.
How many are at the camp though? No, we're not going to ask that.
No, no, don't, Jenkins. No, I put my hand on his mouth. No. Then
they probably won't lead us back to their camp though either, because they don't want to be known by everybody here where they are, because nobody likes them.
So my offer to them is 8 a.m. They're going to have to fly on Griffins.
What's the minimal time they need, or the Griffins need to rest before we can leave with them? Is it 8 a.m., 6 a.m.?
Well, you didn't. This wasn't a complete full day with the extra hour, so they should be able to rest. By the time you're rested, they'll be rested.
Will they be able to carry the extra weight?
They can. They will tire more quickly with the extra weight. They're not meant to have 2 riders.
If not, I have an option. We can bring 2 extras.
Wait a second. They're not meant to have 2 riders, but they're meant to carry people in full armor and regalia around. We are not wearing all that. So weight-wise, it'd be less if it was just 2 riders.
You are absolutely correct. So if it was a lighter person without armor with them, that probably would be okay. Good point.
So
Like
Alamir would
Alamir.
be able to take one.
Yes.
And I could morph, carry 2 on me. Actually, no, I only go 2 hours or so.
Technically, the only person here with that much armor on is
Zimsta.
Zim. Everyone else is leather or less, right? Yep. So yeah. So that is true, because they can easily carry a good 300 pounds. So that works.
Are they okay with that?
Again, they would rather not go, but if you insist.
Do you insist?
Well,
I asked them to come back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll, if that's okay, we will decide so that we can discuss overnight,
Okay.
contemplate, and plan.
Put a
8 a.m.
warning
breakfast.
string around us and around our griffins wherever we're gonna go.
Yeah, but we're going to be living inside our tiny hut. So.
Yeah, but the griffins aren't gonna fit in there. So.
Well, we make them tiny griffins.
She nods and says, "Then we shall see you in the morning."
And I'm going to reach out with my hand to the male and say, "No hard feelings.
Of course not.
I apologize."
Jinkin and Luna, you both get a sense that she is just placating and saying what needs to be said and has no intention of coming back in the morning.
Figured as much.
I honestly don't say a word because, quite honestly,
That's fine.
I would have done the same thing. I would not have been
I
like,
just wanted to get out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing whatever she could to get out of there.
Honestly speaking, when she'd say it, she'd leave, I would be more of a wink and a nod
Sorry.
than anything else.
And then we leave at 6 a.m.
I smile there. As they leave, I do watch where they go as far as I can watch them.
Yep, they head off towards the hills.
Turn yourself into a bird or an owl and follow them. If you really want to.
So, anything
it.
else? Any other questioning of Bolo or anything else you want to do before resting for the evening?
I do morph into L, and I try to follow them as far as I can.
They head into the hills and they just keep going, and they are heading north with just the ever so slightest veer to the northeast.
Okay. I follow them as long as I can.
Is that the same direction they told us that we were supposed to go to find the dude?
Not the veer is in a different direction.
Okay. Just want to make sure that they weren't going to, when
Luna,
he comes back, like they weren't going to warn him, were they?
Luna, you probably can't follow him for much more than an hour before you have to come back and rest if you want your rest.
That's why I was figuring an hour and 15 minutes I could follow them, and then I'd have to turn back to make it back before I drop out of wild shape.
And they are continuing to walk into the hills.
At least we have a good idea their direction they're going.
The last thing I'm going to ask Bolo is, Amongst the travelers that have come through and amongst the stores that he has, does he have any bottles of fine elven wine that he would like to barter for or sell? Something for a friend of an old friend.
Um, he has a decent bottle of Cormyrean wine, which is, it's not super nice, but it's also a little rare to find in this part of the world.
Alamir will gladly pay for it
And
if he's willing to part.
yeah, absolutely. So that's it probably would run. He'd sell it to you for 5 gold.
I'm trying to keep the nice between the merchants, the selling, the buying, the trading, the bartering, the whole thing, so that
Yep,
everybody wins.
got it.
And that night, I'm gonna have wine.
Excellent.
So,
All right.
yeah, we're in a tiny hut near the.
It's a good vintage. It's
It's a good year.
robust.
Good year.
It's and it's been sitting long enough that it's not overly heavy in tannin, so it's pretty nice. Especially if you have it with the venison stew.
I mean, most likely, I'm gonna, we're gonna stay inside of Leon's tiny hut, but I'm gonna stay up for my 4 hours and study and all that.
Was that Liam's tidy hut?
Yep, it's as tight. It's very clean.
Tiny tidy.
This one is not
William's
small. This
TT
one is
hut?
clean. Yes.
That might be misinterpreted down the road.
All right. So
You get the wiki hut.
go to sleep. It is an uneventful night, especially in the hut. So everyone, go ahead and take a long rest.
Before we did that, by the way, did those other people that were paying attention, did they at all leave at all?
They well, actually, those two, one of the groups, the group of 4 was staying there, so they would have gone off to their room, and the group of 3 would have left to go back to their tents.
Okay, I'm saying the ones that were leaning in, paying attention to the entertainment, or maybe they were looking for glory to, get their name in the story too, to kill somebody or kill one of them.
No, they were just all being entertained. These are prospectors. One group is prospectors, and the others are
Yep.
really, they're just like caravan guards.
When we got to the hut, guy inside, then I would have told him which way they were going, and I suspect they may not be coming back in the morning. Just a
Yeah.
hunch.
No. There's no way she's coming back.
All right, you wake
Especially
up.
after Alamir was putting the charm on.
You wake up the next
Wake,
the
wake,
next
nudge,
morning,
nudge.
and anything you want to do, or are you just taking off?
Any snake folks around?
No, not that there doesn't seem to be anyone else around. So the prospectors are up early. The caravan are actually back in to have breakfast. The caravan guards aren't even up yet.
Any interest? I'm asking Jenks. Any interest around our camp or our griffins on the ground? Anybody been snooping around? That you can tell.
You asking if anyone came anywhere close to 5 griffins?
Yes.
No.
Mm-hmm. Are any of the
Nobody-
horses missing?
Nobody, and your griffins are well trained. So if they went hunting, they were not taking horses.
Okay.
They learn to hunt away from where they stay.
All right. So get up and clean up and set up the go to the
Oh.
tavern.
Speaking
sorry.
of which, Jinkin, did you seen the information on your griffin?
No.
So let me here up in general info. I'll pull it
Oh,
up
it's up
and
there?
share it with you. In general handouts, there is the griffins. So here, and then
This is your griffin right here. This is what it looks like.
down you'll see Melody, which is your griffin.
Not the same
Yeah.
one.
This is Melody right here. This is, meow meow meow.
Yeah.
Say hello. Meow meow meow.
So you can
When-
learn a little
when
bit
I
about
go
your
out-
griffin.
When I go out, I give Twilight a morning treat.
I see a smile. You like your griffin? Nice.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Meow meow meow.
So, all right. You guys take off on your griffins.
Caw.
So about how high would you guys like flying over the hills to your destination? You're gonna have to land every once in a while and rest. You have to land actually.
Every 2 hours, she said. I thought.
Yeah, so you'll have to land twice before you reach your destination and take some rest. Anything special you'd like to do while you're flying over the? So I guess let me just kind of set the scene here.
What's the weather like
Good question.
before you
That's,
set the scene?
Yep, that is part of it. Where is? I guess I don't have it up there. Do I?
With a chance of meatballs.
And how high can we fly?
So it is clear. It is clear. Just there's a few clouds seen off in the distance, mainly to the west, and it is a nice, warm, clear day. And as you take off into the air, the red clay hills stretch out beneath you like a vast, undulating canvas painted in earthy tones. A rich rust red color dominates the landscape, creating a striking contrast against the sparse greenery and blue sky above. The terrain appears rugged with rolling hills and gentle slopes, occasionally spotted with vegetation or with a small stream that winds through the hills. And resilient shrubs and small trees dot the landscape. So, you fly for the first 2 hours and you land to rest. Someone go ahead and roll me 2d10.
Anybody? Otherwise, I will.
There we go. 13. Very good. So you see birds, regular wildlife, nothing of any significant size. Definitely no threats. And you have a nice, quiet lunch, and you take off and resume your flying. So the further north you fly, the larger the hills become, and you begin to encounter water-gouged canyons that dried out long ago. The side of the large hills, some of them sheared away into flat, rocky cliff faces. And as you're flying over the hills, so you kind of know where you're going. So do you have a plan about getting there? Are you flying low to kind of be able to see what's on the ground, or
Well, that's what I was asking. How high can a griffin fly?
The griffins can fly a good
1,000 feet, 5,000 feet. At 10,000 feet, we need oxygen masks.
Yes,
I'm just
no.
saying.
They
That's
can
the low
fly a
ceiling.
good 1,000 feet. That's reasonable.
Okay. I don't know about everybody else's. Mine is flying low. Sorry. No, mine is flying high. She's reconnaissance, so she's swelling, going side to side, looking at things, and I'm talking to her the whole time, pointing out things, whether she understands me or not. I'm just trying to bond with her in the reconnaissance way.
Okay, excellent.
I don't know about anybody else. So, Zemsa, you're the planner here. Go ahead. Bus. Zemsa,
Yeah.
Bus.
Yeah. We'll do what you just said.
Well, that's just what mine does because mine's all about reconnaissance and wants to
Yeah.
know what's going on. I don't want to
Yeah.
be taken by surprise on a
Yeah.
griffin that I don't know how to fly.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, that excellent. So you are flying high because you know where you're going, and knowing where you're going, having gotten that information from befriending basically the Yanti that
Yeah,
you
they sent us the
encountered,
wrong way.
you avoid any encounters in the on the way there, and before long, up in the distance, you see against one of those. Okay. Oh wait, yes, show to everyone. Against one of those cliff faces, you see you reach the general area where you were told this should be, and you see what looks like an entrance to a tomb
And
or a.
and
As
we
we're
see a person in front of it.
as we're flying, I'm just saying, does this remind you guys of some guy named Indiana Jones? No? Okay. I heard a story.
Actually, yes, it does. But okay,
So
that's pretty cool looking though.
It is.
Can we see anything around it? Did we see
Low score
like
Packer games
see
so
that
far.
dwarf traveling that way? Would he already got there? Would we have seen him on the way?
Did we see a person with a light stick or something standing in the front of it all?
no, you don't. What you see though, as you approach, is you see the entrance, which looks like it was once a large paved plaza. The remains of a fountain that are to the right of it are now a little more than a stone circle set around a crumbling hole in the ground. And there are two stone statues standing in the courtyard, rising 20 feet high. Behind them, a 40-foot high edifice is carved into the cliffside with relief columns carved with strange otherworldly scenes. And beyond them, the entrance to some kind of corridor or room straight that leads straight into the side of this very large hill. And we are going to switch over.
Does it actually look like in that good of order?
like that picture?
Yeah, because that looks pretty much undamaged in any way.
Yeah, I mean, this thing looks very weathered, but is not. Definitely, it doesn't look like ruins.
Okay.
And actually, it is. You're able to get there while it's light, huh?
While we're arriving and seeing it from a distance as we come in, before I land, I want to do a go around the top of it, see if there are any other entrances, any other formations that could be entrances, stuff like that.
Hold on a second.
Admit, you just want to buzz the tower.
That's right.
You do not find anything. Do not find anything else anywhere around the hill. I'm hoping this reveals everything. It doesn't, does it? That's really unfortunate. Okay, I should be able to do this. Originally, I thought I was going to be able to.
So who started the fire?
There is a fire going.
Because
it
I
looks,
know I didn't start the fire.
It looks actually the fire it's smoking. The fire is not active anymore. It looks like it's just the embers at
If
this
it's
point going out.
If it's smoking, it's still a fire. A bear once taught me that. I think it was a druid. he liked to be called Smokey.
Okay.
Is that the one with the ganja?
Well,
Is there?
he did have a little smell to him, like a druid.
Nope, you guys are there. All right, you're all there.
Hey,
So, all right.
It was a guide droid.
So, I could do it. Looking from here, I'm pretty
I will
sure.
take my headset this time.
Excellent. Let me just do Control L. That's okay. Oh, that's because it's that.
There we are.
Yeah, you guys are in the far left. Unfortunately, my original idea was that you're going to get here at night, and you're not. You're getting here in the afternoon. So I think what I need to do is just simply put a bunch of lights down, and that's what I'm going to do. So that you can at least see kind of what's around. Does that work?
Don't see anything in that area.
South of us, yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't. You can't see into the
Your
tomb,
lights go into
but you
rooms.
can
some
see
of them
around the
don't.
outside.
Okay.
That's all that
So I take
matters.
it there's a tomb entrance right there.
No, the tomb
Oh, I
entrance
can make
is
a
over
light
here.
source.
Okay.
This is the entrance
these-
right here.
Do these buildings have roofs on them?
They do not.
Since they look like they're busted.
Yeah.
So do you just
and
want to
and
throw a
there's
torch
nothing-
inside of each room? Then maybe that'll light it up for us. If we saw
Yep,
them when we flew over.
absolutely.
And I don't know what's north of us still.
Looks like I only got 50 or 60 foot dark vision, which I should have 120.
Really? Let me see.
Yep.
Luna tokens. Maybe I did this before I updated. Yep, there we go. 120 save. There you go. All right.
Oh yeah, I can see a lot more now.
Okay. So, so I just kind of put you guys up here as a landing point, like in front of the statues. But where? So where would you like to land? Somewhere else, or is this good?
Would we be able to send our griffins away, but be able to recall them through visual sign or a call sign or a hoo-hoo, and then they fly back?
Yeah, I mean they could just go sit on the top of a nearby hill.
Well, I'm thinking like straight up.
Yeah, but
They're gonna get tired flying the whole time.
Yeah.
No, right above. No, straight up or above this little rock face that we're on, above the
Well, like
door.
standing on the top of the ledge of the
just
whole
looking
thing.
over looking over the ledge.
But okay, but yeah, they could sit if there's a place up there. They could sit up there. That's fine.
What's this ladder over here?
That's just a ladder up onto the ledge to enter into the tomb.
Okay.
That's just part of the entrance. But my question, which didn't get answered, but I'm assuming since you guys are all moving around there, is you are in fact coming in right there. So,
Yes.
all right. So the left-hand colossus is a bearded human male wearing exotic clothes, but its face is smashed beyond recognition. It holds a balance in its right hand and a cudgel at its side, its left hand raised as if in warning. The colossus to the right of the entrance is a young human male wearing similarly exotic clothing, the left half of its head cracked off and lying at its feet. The statue holds a shepherd's crook in its left hand and a sword at its waist, its right hand raised in warning as well. So as you approach and get near to the statues, there is the sudden sound of grinding stone. You watch as the two colossal figures turn their massive heads to look right at your group, their shattered features staring down at you. And then two voices issue forth in unison, booming out as though erupting from the deep earth. Halt! You come before Diderius, ether walker and conduit of clairvoyance. Behold ye now his wondrous triumphs. Diderius extends wisdom, and Diderius offers knowledge. Which do you seek?
Knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah. I was gonna say knowledge.
They say, Diderius shall grant you what you seek, but only if you heed him and continue to show proper respect. Then they begin the grinding of the stone sounds again, and the heads turn back and they resume their original positions. All right, what would you like to do?
They talked about respect, but where's the drinks and the stuff for the people visiting? Jeez. Get
I
off
look at
our
Alamir.
griffins.
I look at Alamir. He is the expert in this type.
Do we want to search the buildings up first, guys?
Yeah, we should probably look at the
Okay, then we're going to go to the outbuildings and we're going to walk through
Yep.
the broken things.
Okay. So right here, right where the fire pit is, there is a small camp set up.
We walk quietly toward it,
Yeah, and you see,
looking for signs and stuff of whatever.
So the campfire has burned down, like I said, and there's 3 bedrolls that look like they've been used recently. There's also 7 shallow graves that have been dug just east of the campsite. Which is actually to the south on the map.
Markings on the graves. If we could see the graves, can you see the markings from over here, even of anything like religious of any kind?
No, they're just unmarked graves. They're just like sticks that have been driven into the ground as headstones.
Stab through their hearts.
So they did put a marking of some sort.
Well, a stick.
A stick. And it's just one stick, nothing else, just a stick going up in the air.
Yes.
Nothing hung from them, nothing like that at all.
No, nothing at all.
And if we go near the fire and you see the little the bedding, can you see the any signs of I don't know, fur, hair, something that we could tell if it was a human sleeping here? You know what? Big bear, whatever.
Make a survival check.
Oh yeah, this would be great.
Want me to assist you with that?
Oh, look at that.
Try.
From what you can tell, there's no hair, which is interesting. There's no hair, or it looks like there are, and you find remnants of cloth, and then you notice the signs of a struggle and some gouges and drag marks in the ground. And they lead from the campsite and they over to the well.
The well that was like this right here is a well, I'm assuming, or this is a fountain.
Yeah, that's a well.
It's a well.
I gotta
Okay.
I gotta take a real quick break. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Well, margin favors the bold. I walk over to the well and I'll look down. I had to look around like there's nobody else that's going to go forward. I mean, I guess I will do that for sure. Yeah.
So, well, actually, I'm sorry. That is that is.
It looks like a fountain to me.
It's a fountain. No, you're right.
Okay.
That is a fountain. That is a fountain. So
Is that a well? That's a puddle, but look, it could be a well, I guess.
Okay. I unfortunately am going to have to look at something else here. I'm going to have to look at this. And of course, none of that is marked. Of course. Oh, I love it. I didn't even notice that before.
Notice what? Oh, that.
So we're going to do it this way. The very center of the fountain is actually that is a capped well. I believe that's what it is.
Okay. Well, it could be a well, and it could just I don't know. That's fine.
It is a
It
fountain,
could be whatever.
but the middle of the fountain where the water comes from is from a well.
Okay. So I would take a look down just to see if there's any other signs of anything. Do I see blood anywhere?
You do. You now see blood marks on the edges of the top of the well.
What color blood?
And it looks like and bodies. Something was dragged down the well. You see gouge marks here too, as if from very powerful large claws.
What kind of blood?
What
color?
What kind of what?
What color blood?
What color blood? There. Oh, that is a good question. Yeah, the blood looks black.
Looks black. You know, I am not a medical guy or nothing like that. I mean, I might. I
Make go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me,
sure.
because that's fun. Wow, look at you. Yeah, well, all the stories that you know of various creatures and the like. Black. There's a good number of creatures that would have black blood. One of the things that, just because it's been talked about recently, in terms of the creatures that are working with the cult, fiends have black blood.
Do I believe the black blood to be acidic in nature?
No, you don't.
Like poisonous or whatever. Could I touch it and see if it's coagulating or if it's, I mean, how fresh is it? I mean, I guess is what I'm asking. Hour, 5 hours. It's not dried.
Yeah.
Oh, is it humid out?
Is it what?
Is it humid out?
Humid out.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, so it's not super dry.
I mean,
which is really weird for the area.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good number of rivers and streams that go through the Serpent Hills. I mean, the Yuan-Ti do like hot and humid. It's one of the reasons why this was chosen as one of the places they would live.
So I just want to say that the surrounding area looking as dry as it did in that one picture, to get an idea what the place looked like and how this ground looks all barren and very, very dirty and no grass or no other vegetation really. Really wonders how it's so humid.
Well, it's not like jungle humid, but it is not super dry like a desert. And
Okay, I got nothing
grass
else.
here. There is definitely grass.
And was there anything else down that pit? Oh, I look at Alamir since it's right over there. You know how to cast light, don't you?
You're muted.
And Alamir starts to move his hands, and he goes, "Ippity bippity boppity haul! I will cast a fireball. There's your light." Just joking. I don't know how to cast light. I don't know the light spell. You think? Come on.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can cast light on a pebble or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Just looking for somebody to cast it on.
I take a
Something like
torch and I go,
Okay, I come over, I pick up a pebble,
fireball.
cast light on it, hand it to you.
Hey, I'm just gonna drop it right down.
So you drop it down.
You don't want a fireball?
And it hits the bottom, goes splash, and what you see down there is it falls into some kind of tunnel. You can see that goes off to the sides. So there's a larger opening in there in two directions when it hits.
So there's really no way. This well would have been horrible.
But it's
for getting
underwater
from.
though, right?
It's what?
It's underwater though, right?
Yes, it falls into the water and is underwater now. And well, I don't mean the water doesn't fill that tunnel. It's like just in the bottom. It's like the water looks like, it would be maybe a foot or two deep.
What a useless well this was.
As you're looking down, Jinkin, you catch a glimpse of something peeking around the corner up at you. And with your... Go ahead and that's with your passive perception. Make an active perception roll.
Do I recognize it too, or?
No.
I see less.
If you're both... Yeah, if you're both looking, both of you can roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I see less with the active.
Luna, you happen to be looking over at that side of the opening as you were scanning, trying to discern like whether it was maybe a tunnel or just a little widening at the bottom for the pool. And you caught the eyes and the nose and the chin and cheek and ear of what you are certain was a troll looking up at you, and then it ducked back away.
Stop trolling us!
I step back over and I whisper it to Jinx what I saw. Actually, I do it in the pendant so
Should have
everybody will
used
know.
the fireball.
Do the pendant so everybody will know. I'm trying to do it in a way where down there they won't hear me talking troll.
You're muted, sir.
So there's no way for us to do anything about this really. And we're going to have this behind us at all times. So if we go in, this is something that can come from behind us at all times, especially since they just got attacking the people in the area.
You do wonder one thing, though. This is basically a 5 foot wide well, and then the thickness of it, like maybe there's 4 feet wide. So any of you could go down it, even Zem, without getting stuck. But how does a troll, that large a creature, how would they get up?
So there's another access out from there somewhere else around here.
Unless there is some way for them to crawl through there. I mean, bulk-wise, yeah, but maybe if like they cut their arms off, or I don't know.
Ow! Ow!
Well, we got two options. We can go down in this, or go in the main area.
Jinkin, go ahead and make a history check for me. That's good enough for you. Because you specialize in stories of all types, heroic stories. You do know of stories of trolls that have been known to be able to work their way through relatively small spaces by dislocating limbs that then regenerate when they're done. It creates a general amount of pain and discomfort, but it is something they've been known to do. And if a troll did that, then it's theoretically possible they could crawl up and down this well.
I mean, for food, I mean, it makes sense that they could, that they would do it. It's not like, they would not do it just because, whatever. Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea for us to stay out here too long. What is this thing right here, by the way?
I don't know.
It's a stove.
It's a stove. Okay, we're going to take the stove and we're going to put it on top of the well to block the hole.
You can just find a bunch of stuff and set and weigh it down. Put old pieces of furniture and rocks and
basically, if it
logs.
falls, it makes a bunch of noise.
Okay.
This is where we need a immovable rod and just stick it on top so they can't push the lid off.
That's what I was thinking of. So go ahead and someone coordinate this and make me a survival check.
I can just put an alarm on it.
It's not something that important.
No, so if he passes through it, we know he came out of the well. That's all.
Yep. So you can do that. Are you also trying to block it off?
Somebody is apparently. Luna's, I don't know.
Yep.
Which
Told
one
me to make a survival check, so I did.
Okay. So, yeah, you're able to pile things on it. You can put the alarm up spell as well while they're doing this, Alamir, just around the general area there. I'm
just going to encompass the fountain. It's a 20-foot cube.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
So you can put it around the fountain. And
make sure part of it's on top of the stuff that's on it, so that if they move it, it goes off.
I got you.
And yeah, Luna, coordinates a good amount of weight.
And it's a ritual, so
in a stable placement, so that it would be very difficult to lift the lid from below.
Unless they have a cave troll.
All right. So what would you like to do now?
Well, we're burning daylight. Where's the entrance to this temple?
Entrance is back up here. I thought, like right up here.
That's it. That's the entrance.
However, we get about here, and I kind of glance up, and I see this entrance right here. How high up is this? I see a little portal here.
So that's really behind the ruined wall. So.
Oh, okay. So we don't really see that, whatever that is.
You don't really see that.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I was like, well, maybe that's a different way of getting in.
You're only seeing that because I had to add light because it was daylight and I didn't have time to set things up.
Yeah, I stepped into the room and it's this little portal. Is there any secret doors there? Sorry. So I go back to the Griffin before and just kind of, get a little pet, do the little head on the shoulder thing or whatever, and let her take whatever she's taking, and say she's a good girl, and then I take off.
Okay. Alamir, what are you doing having the owl do? You're muted.
Yeah, you let the dogs out. We're going inside the owl. Exactly. Since he has, keen sight, I'm going to bring him with us.
Okay. So you got
He's an indoor owl.
It's an indoor owl now. All right. So, in general, let's just set some information here. So, ceilings are going to be about 10 feet high, unless otherwise, unless I say otherwise. And there is no light, unless, yep. So, and there's no light that you're going to find as you walk in here. So, as you, so let's see, get down here. So you get up to this main door, and how come? I guess, oh, this is an old map before they did the new doors. I'm gonna have to do all the doors manually. Yay! Okay, this ought to be not a big deal, but be easier if they were actually the new doors. So you see the door in front of you. The door looks like it's gilded with carvings. Looks like it's in really pristine, almost pristine shape. Except Alamir, actually no, not anymore. But you all get the sense that it begins to shimmer, and the illusion that it creates begins to fade a little bit, and you smell dust and mold and decay as you approach.
But the rock is cooking.
I was going to give you more, but somebody is no longer an illusionist wizard.
I gotcha.
Oh, does Jinkin know that he's no longer an illusionist? He doesn't do spiffy spells. He does boom boom spells now.
He blows everything up.
Yeah, I lost roll 20, so I'm going to approach the door.
Oh, my connection was interrupted too. Let me try to refresh here. That's not good. It's not even that big a map. Hold on, hatching dragons.
I'm opening the planetary transport, but it still hasn't come back yet.
Wow.
You're muted, Jinkin.
It's fine. I was just mapping dungeons.
Wow.
Now I'm crafting a spell list.
I'm still hatching dragons.
I'm randomizing
anyway,
dice roll.
Establishing a server uplink.
We can theater the mind until oh, here we go.
Mwah,
Something's
Yeah.
happening.
Yep.
So who's going up to the door?
Alamir right now, he's going to go to where he's at. He's just going to investigate the door from here. He's looking
Save
at the walls
Alamir-
around it.
Yeah, if you ran up the steps, I'll be right behind him.
And I'm
Or
going to
up the
stop the
ladder.
10 feet from the door, and I'm just, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
We're sending our bravest,
That's right.
Alamir.
Hey, I got it.
So I'll get to about 10 feet from the door, so that's pretty much right on that line, right? Boom, there. And I'm going to look at the walls, look at the door, see if there's anything I can detect. I don't know if that would be investigation without touching it, or
I still
what.
show you on the. Oh, there you moved.
Oh, everybody jumped atop each other.
Yeah, that's right. Now Spot's on top of Alamir. It's okay.
All right.
I'm in
here
my
we go.
square. You're at half a square and half
Yeah, I
not a
said-
square.
10 feet. So I'm right where I wanted to be. Fine,
There's-
just for you.
There's
Boom.
2 squares in front of you still.
That's 1.5.
All right.
The door counts as the other half.
Any traps, other pleasurable stuff that we can see?
Pleasurable. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think traps are pleasurable.
Go ahead and roll a investigation check as you move forward. Jinkin.
Investigation.
Am I investigating the walls
it's
and the doors,
bad.
or no? Whatever.
So you don't see
Stemsta
anything.
just walked.
Yeah, he just walks right up. That's
He
what
knocks on
paladins
the
do.
door.
They're like, "What's all this investigation stuff? If there's a trap, we'll find it."
Click. Yep, he found it. Duck.
So, but you don't.
We lost him though too. His screen's black.
Yeah, I see that. No, you don't see.
No, he's there. I see him.
There we go.
He's the Dark Paladin. Darth Paladin.
You do not see anything there.
What about the spot right here? It's lighter than everything else. Seems like a trap.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's always a
It
trap.
looks like an artist spilled some paint there.
Is there any graffiti?
Nope. No
Okay,
graffiti.
Only
Is
when you
this-
open it, and now you're walking everywhere making graffiti.
Is this door open? I didn't walk in it though. Somebody else did. Zemsta. Is the door open, or is it a door, or is it a sliding door?
It is double doors, and they are not open.
They're not open.
Normal door handle or latch, or what looks like the functioning door portion of this door.
Yeah, it's just
It is-
just normal door handles, and
Does-
We will be defeated by doors.
and they
Does it
and
swing
they,
out or in?
they open towards you.
Okay.
So we have to pull them.
Yeah.
How high up are the doors? How tall are these doors?
The doors are about 9 feet tall.
Okay, so not that bad. I was thinking they're going to be like 40 feet tall. The handles are 20 feet.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess let's go in. Remember, we got to be respectful. I knocked on the door.
Okay.
Asking permission to come in.
You knock on the door. There's no answer, and you hear nothing on the other side.
Somebody might be in danger. Then we will open up the door.
You open up the door.
The bottom one first.
Let me do it from here. There.
I don't see nothing through the door. Door isn't open. What's going on?
Hold on. It's because there.
I know.
You open up the door, and initially you see the illusion of a tomb with gilded carvings and silver censers, but then you realize that they're just shadows. Looters have defaced and ruined the relief carved walls, and the censers are long gone. Set between the carvings are a dozen alcoves recognizable as funerary niches, though these contain only splinters of bone. At the far end of the chamber, a stone door hangs ajar. Marks on the door and frame indicate that it was recently forced.
Is the jar okay? Is the jar in good shape?
Actually, you
kidding.
know
You said
what?
it.
He's back.
My bad. That was the description of where you're standing right now. So now you open the door, and you see 6 statues lying, 3 on either side of the room, all of cowled wizards leaning on staffs, their faces obscured by deep hoods. And the hollows that the hoods form are particularly dark, and the bones of more than a dozen humanoids now litter the ground in here. So, as you open the door and you're looking in, you hear in your minds, "Some secrets are not meant for mortal minds to know. Look away from the darkness in which such knowledge hides." What would you like to do?
Look away from the darkness where knowledge hides. Well, there's no knowledge here because it's already been taken.
So just for reference sake here, large. So there's like the statues are like there and there and there.
So they're down one side of the building. Oh, okay. They're on both. Okay.
Three on each side, just like that. So there's three
But
large
Not
statues.
here and here?
Nope, they're
And then a 20-foot gap to the next door after that.
That seems really weird.
here actually.
Well, those are the ones that fell into the pit trap that they put in after the fact. So
That's what I'm wondering.
All right.
this is the
How about
spear
that?
trap where they just both strike at
You're
you.
in the middle like that. Has that feel? Does it look better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I still have one? Because they may think it is a
Did you ever
gift.
get your money that Alamir doled out to the group a couple sessions ago? Probably not.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay.
We still got money. Never mind. I will take. Can I tell if there's any traps on the ground?
You do not see any traps on the ground.
Okay, so I pull out a like a cask of ale. It's apparently 70 pounds worth. Out of the little barrel, out of my bag. Why I got this in my bag? Well, I just do. And I take it and I'm gonna let it roll.
Okay.
Down the middle of the thing, just to see if anything happens to it.
Make a sleight of hand check to see how well you roll this thing down the middle.
Well, thanks for using sleight of hand. No. I can't roll any worse than that since I rolled a 1.
One.
So it is a 1, but you roll and it goes past the first two and begins to curve, and it begins to curve to the right, and it makes it over to the wall over here and stops. Nothing happens.
Okay. Been wanting to get rid of that damn ale anyway.
But it's still there. It's still good.
Yeah.
It didn't break open or anything.
I guess we'll just walk forward and not look toward the statues.
And you're what? Looking towards the statues?
No, and not looking at the statues.
Not looking at the statues. Okay. Yep. You begin to move forward. Is everyone else moving in? And as Jinkin passes that halfway point and everyone else is moving into the room, the sound of grinding stone begins to reverberate through the room as the cowled heads of the statues turn to follow each of your movements.
How do they follow each of our movements?
They're turning to look at you.
Okay, or
You're
I was
not-
gonna say, because I'm wondering if they're looking at me and they're looking at Zemsta and they're looking at Alamar, so they're looking at all these different people from all different directions, but they're all focused on that person. So it looks like they're all following us, like the haunted house or haunted mansion or whatever.
Yep. So they begin, they look at each person in turn as they go by. So, Jinkin, are you aren't looking at them?
No,
No.
Do
Spot.
you tell the rest of us not to look at them?
no, I just don't look at them.
Well, yeah, when they
Because-
start turning their heads, then I look at it. Nobody told me not to.
Spot. You look into the head of the one to the right. You look up, and you need to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Bye, guys. It was nice knowing you. But I have, yeah. See, I was gonna say, but I have been rolling good. Nope.
You look into the depths of the cowled head and are shown secrets from deep within the expanse of the universe, secrets that almost no other mortal knows, and you're not exactly sure what that secret is. You can't quite wrap your head around it, but you're trying, and you continue to try, and you are oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm doing this backwards. Yeah, no, you cannot grasp it. And you try and you try, but you cannot grasp it. And so you just kind of shrug your shoulders and you keep walking. You know you were shown something important, but you just can't quite determine what it was. Zem, as you walk by, the statues turn to look at you. Do you look at them?
I do.
Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw then, sir. You look into the cow and you see a secret. You may not
Spot
understand
is
it
gonna kick
fully,
you in
but
the
you
back.
think it references something akin to your inner faith and belief in Bahamut and what he stands for. This element of compassion and justice. And you now have advantage on intelligence saves for a while. But
Oh, that means the rest of us are gonna get screwed in this dungeon.
but you also become lost in the musings and the thoughts based on this knowledge.
Did I get your bonus standing next to you? I'm assuming you walked down the hall with me, right?
If
Yes.
you're within 10 feet,
+4. Yep.
So I would have got a 10,
no,
not a 6.
still wouldn't have made a difference.
Makes a difference in my eyes.
That's cool. Then it made a huge difference. Same outcome.
I'm glad you felt better. That's good.
I did. Having a friend next to me while I looked into the eyes of nothing.
Aw.
Okay.
So how many feet of Zim is that? Is that 10 or 30 feet? I can't remember.
10.
So, Zem, roll me a D100, please. $24. Ooh. Given the nature of what I just described, this mystery and secret of the universe is, you break down in tears and you begin weeping.
Oh.
You are, in effect, incapacitated while this weeping continues. Alomir,
Yeah.
the statues turn to look at you. Do you look back at them?
Oh, I glare.
You glare. Roll
With
an
intensity.
intelligence check, please. Saving throw. Intelligence saving throw.
+4, 24.
Alomir, you glare deep into the cow. You see a secret of power, of magic, something of within the weave. You see magic itself. You now also have advantage on intelligence saving throws for the time being.
Can I use it
and
now?
I need you to roll a D100, please. $33. You see this magic. You see its source, the weave itself, and you know it is far more power than you could ever control yourself. It is going to destroy you.
No, won't I duck?
You must get away. Not from the source itself. You can touch it at its edges, but you cannot handle the purity, the intensity of the pure source of the weave itself. You must flee. And you begin to run.
Okay, away?
And you
Or
become a
you
level 1 fighter.
You can choose which direction you run, back out or forward. You run forward. So you, for the time being, must make must use your entire movement, both your action and movement each round to flee. So you move. That was 2,
10,
3, 4,
20,
5,
30.
6.
That's 30.
And you're going to go through
Open
the
the
door
door.
into the next room.
Okay.
Let me open that up.
Yeah, do your magic.
Ooh, this ought to be fun. All right, let's pause right there, though. Don't go in yet.
Right to a
I'm
gelatinous
right here.
cube.
I'm not going anywhere.
Luna. The stone figures turn their heads to face you. Do you look at them?
Well, let's see here. Nope.
So we'll say that you and Hef see Zem and Alomir begin to be taken over by madness. And kind of look at each other and be like, don't look at him. Don't look.
I would just remind him they said pay respect, and then they said do not look into. Second thing we heard. So we look forward and move forward.
So Hef will lower his head and
You ever tell a kid not to look at something?
He listens to me, though.
yeah. So and
I give him
begin to
good
move forward.
brownies.
All right. So Alomir.
10, 20,
You-
30. So do you want me to move in the third? Okay.
I moved you in.
Hey, I found the safe, guys.
So you run straight in. So this chamber is a high vaulted dome with a deep inset ledge circling the room. 10 feet wide and 15 feet up. And that's this little ledge you see around the outside. The floor here is set with a beautiful tile mosaic showing a knight in plate armor wielding a glowing sword against a chimera. The word safe is written in chalk on the door leading
North.
up here. And then there's double doors on the other side of the mosaic.
And something this way.
So as you run up in front, and you're running and basically beginning to step on this
Floor.
mosaic, the mosaic begins to slowly shift. And the tiles themselves shoot up into the air and swirl around and form the
Fighter with the chimera.
basically form a chimera. Yes. Or GM.
Great.
All right. So you still so we're just going to do it this way. So let's go ahead and bring up a turn order and have everybody roll initiative, please.
Except for Elamir.
Everybody.
Oh, I thought you said not everybody roll. Okay.
Nope, everybody rolls. Close. I need this where I can. There we go. I need that.
Well, there goes my good roll.
Is that your one for the night?
That was good. Okay, we will do.
Well, Hef already crit, so.
So let's go ahead and wait. What happened here? Oh, here we go. Tokens. Let's see if this will work. Initiative. Nope, didn't work. I have to do it manually. Add a turn. 6. All right. Spot up ahead. You see Alomir rush into this room, and you see these tiles form up and magically form this this beast roaring in front of it. What do you do?
What do I see in
So
my hallway?
it is mosaic tiles from off the floor are swirled up into the air and are floating and have created the shape of a moving chimera.
Can I disbelieve it's real?
Absolutely. You can go ahead and make a shoot, off the top of my head. How is this?
It'd be
Intelligence?
insight, wouldn't it?
It's an intelligence. I believe it's a intelligence save, right? Alamir
Save or just check
is the
then?
illusion stuff. We haven't had to use it for so long.
The saves charisma
For an
Isn't it?
illusion?
for an illusion.
The saves are always based on
wisdom.
whoever cast it. It's their casting.
But
thing for
it
the
also
save.
but it also depends on. Hold on a second.
Let's see.
Either way, this whole dungeon is
Illusion.
not good for my character. So just tell me which I'm rolling, a 0 or a -2.
Well, you do
Illusions.
have. Remember, at this point, you do have. If it is intelligence, you have advantage on them.
Okay, so images.
Why do I have advantage on them? I saw nothing
no,
in the
you
eyes.
failed. You don't have advantage.
Yeah,
'cause you failed.
I have
Never mind.
nothing.
You have nothing.
Minor illusion.
How come? I had all this. I was doing this in the beginning, and then somebody stopped casting illusion spells after 30.
I won't name names.
I'm not naming any names. And so then
I don't know. For everything that I've always read, it was always usually just an intelligence check or an insight to believe or not believe something. So
I don't.
Whatever
it's
you want me to
wisdom
roll,
save
just
for
tell me.
illusions. It looks like.
Did you just give up illusions? Essentially, like completely.
No, I
Just-
woke up
He
one
hasn't
day and
cast them since like level 3, so he just decided
so
to
I
switch.
got asked if I would like to move to evocation so I don't blow people up anymore.
Yep. Which I was perfectly fine with because at level 14, illusions become
Out of hand.
yes.
I mean, I like illusionary terrain. I love that spell.
No, I like weird and dragon and simulacrum.
Yep. Go ahead and just with advantage make a intelligence saving throw.
Why am I getting advantage?
Oh, I'm sorry, not advantage. Just go ahead
Okay.
and do an intelligence save.
9.
9.
Exactly, it's German. No.
Yeah, it looks very real to you. It's just a magical swirl of items.
I will move around it to the side and just be like, okay, where the hell did he run off to? And try to like squeeze by it then to get up by Jenkins.
Okay. Zim, you are still weeping. It's both beautiful and sad and wondrous, the purity of this revelation that you have.
No save. Just keep.
At the end of your turn, I'll let you go ahead and roll, make a save.
Which one again?
So this, in fact, is going to be wisdom.
Would you want to save though, if it was that beautiful and everything else from your god? I don't know about you, man, but that sounds like something you would just be like, "I'm cool."
So you continue to weep. It is beautiful. Luna.
I know this is not normal for Zim. I'm going to motion to Hef that we need to help move Zim out of this room and hopefully see if that helps him recover.
Okay.
And together with Hef, I'm going to try to help move Zim out of this room forward.
Okay. We'll just assume the two of you, it's half movement, so 1, 2, that you're slowly moving Zim forward. He's not putting up any resistance, but it also is very difficult to get him to kind of walk and put a foot in front of the other. And Jenkins finds his own beauty in life. All right. So the Chimera will attempt to attack Alamir. So, and there is no bonus or anything. You are running, you are fleeing, but you are otherwise able
Normal.
to try to avoid attack. So there is a bite against you. Ooh, that sinks into your arm. 7 piercing damage. Horns from, so that would have been a bite from the, oh, yeah, there would have been a bite from the dragon head, and then horns from the ram head that missed, and then claws from the tiger that also missed.
It sounds like we're talking about a martial arts thing or something like that.
Exactly,
I'm
the
attacking
form of
you
a
with
tiger.
All right, Alamir, it is your turn. But now that you have this in front of you, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. I'll allow you to do it in the beginning, especially since you just took damage. Wow, that definitely does it. You break out of the
fear.
bite of this dragon head into your arm, helped break you out of the just the fear that you had, and brought you back to the present moment. What would you like to do?
Firewall. Just joking. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, a 21 definitely does hit.
For 16.
For 16. All right.
Pissed me off.
So, oh wait, I'm sorry. But you were
Okay.
right. This was
The
you were
Firebolt.
right next to him. This was a disadvantage if you're casting a ranged spell attack from melee.
Okay, hold on.
So roll another, just see if
I
you
am.
hit.
20.
20. Yep. So you definitely hit. So you do.
Oh,
you
I'll
do-
take that damage better.
You already rolled the damage.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yep. So you hit. What else? What else? Are you doing anything else?
No. Bring it.
Okay.
I've got the temporary hit points.
All right.
Done.
Sounds good. All right. So, Jinkin, your turn. You're muted, sir.
And you sure this chimera thing isn't just an illusion that they're seeing with
I
their
don't know.
heads?
It is perfectly plausible that it is simply animated objects.
Yeah.
Well, especially since it's an animated tile.
It's a tile chimera. It's a very rare one.
Do I think it's an actual chimera? Like, is it chimera? Is that gonna be? I don't know. It hasn't. Do I believe this thing to be intelligent?
Make an Arcana check. I'll let you do that for free.
Okay.
You believe this to be a magical construct that would not necessarily have any intelligence.
Okay. Then I won't use any of my stuff because everything else pretty much requires intelligence. I just will cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
20 to hits.
Definitely hits.
A big hit.
Yeah. A
Holy
crit.
crap.
and 25 to hit. So, a whole 2 points in the first one. Looks like 10 points on the second one, or sorry, 13 points in the
13,
second one, and then 9 points in the last one.
So 24. That's nice.
So I thwack, thwack, thwack. And can he use that for that?
Shoot.
S-
Our tile
No.
things aren't working because you're not seeing the damage animation. That's
Nope.
sad.
Nope.
Not going to worry about it, though. Not this late in the evening.
I look over at Spot and I give him inspiration because I know he can use it toward a saving throw as well. So
Okay.
I give him inspiration.
Very much so. Very much so.
Come on, Spot! I know you can shake out of this.
All right. And
I don't have to shake out of anything. I haven't seen anything, so.
And Spot, it's your turn.
Okay, well, now that I know that the Chimera was in there, my last turn was like whatever. I thought it was like right in front of me, you said, so. I will move in and assist him. He's punching it. I think it's real, so I'll punch it.
Okay.
That missed it, I'm assuming.
9 definitely misses.
That should hit it.
That definitely hits. And it feels real.
Solid.
It feels like you're hitting ceramics.
Did I break any of the tiles?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so that's 2 normal attacks. I'll bonus action for a third, I guess.
Okay.
Martial arts. There you go. Nat 20.
Nice. So it's a total of 34.
32. 12 plus 20.
Oh, so 32 and then 14, so 46.
Yeah.
Right. All right. And this, yeah, you bust a lot of the tiles apart, and this swirling chimera is now got all of these holes in it. About a quarter of all of its tiles have now fallen and crashed and crumbled, broken to the floor, and so there's all these holes that you can see throughout the creature. All right, Zem, you are still weeping, being pushed along. Would you like to make another wisdom saving throw? That does it. You feel yourself being pushed, being prodded, hear the words of Hef and Luna in your ear, and slowly begin to clear your eyes and see ahead, Spot and Alomir attacking this animated creature. But that was the end of your turn. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Luna, you see,
All right.
looks like Zem has begun to come out of, is stopped weeping.
So now it looks like he's coming back to himself. I'll quit whispering sweet nothings in his ear. 15, 20, 25, 30.
How does he respond to that?
Thank you. You can stop right now. Stop. Thanks. Bye.
Is that when that tongue hits the ear
15.
part? It just feels a little weird.
That was Hef. That wasn't me.
I was like sitting back a bunch of little ways, like, what?
So should be able to get there. I think that's right. And bonus action Shillelagh, and then I'll hit with Shillelagh. And as far as I could get in, I can't get all the way around it. And where is oh, there it is.
You swing with the shillelagh, and it's a relatively clumsy, just straight at it, but you break through and break apart a good number of the remaining tiles, and it would be, if you could see the aura around the tile right now, it would be it would be a good shade of red.
Okay.
All right, but it is the Chimera's turn. We're gonna do, starting top to bottom, Spot, Alamir, Luna. We're gonna roll 3d6 to see who each of these attacks attack. So it looks like Alamir, Luna. So
I'm too fast.
So, and a miss on Alamir with the bite. The horns miss. The claws on Luna hit for
Oh, fire
14
breath. Hits.
slashing. Just reach out,
14 points.
rake across Luna's body. It is Hef's turn. Hef,
Nothing but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Lots of flesh on the ground wound. Oh, wait.
And Hef goes, Zem, are you okay?
Yes.
Excellent. He strings his bow and steps forward, but it looks to him like people are taking care of this. So he is going to move up to here, and then he's going to go down and take a position at the opening down here just to make sure there's nothing coming. And he does not see anything. So, Alamir, it's your turn.
Alamir's going to turn his mic on. He's going to say, really? He hit me. I hit him. Do one of these. Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
For another 16 points. It's like I just did that.
So what is it? What does it look like when this chimera made of floating tiles gets destroyed?
Oh, it just looks like somebody took a Scrabble box and just opened it up and just let all the tiles drop wherever. Yeah, it literally just turns into individual tiles and falls back on the ground. And
Dude, now we gotta walk across all these. Prestidija, clean up, dude.
are all the spots where the tiles were? Are they filled back in, or is the floor pieces that are gone?
The floor pieces are gone. However, there is still so near down where Heth is. Heth is actually standing on the edge of another mosaic that is a depiction of a sun.
Like right here, or this whole corner?
So it
Like a
is
star?
here.
When you say a sun, are you talking about like a star, or are you talking like a kid?
No, like a sun in the sky. So it is.
A big, huge fireball.
We'll say that it is right here.
Small known fact: every time you cast fireball, you actually make the sun get smaller.
That you're not wrong. And Alamir personally has reduced the size of the sun by 0.000000000 to 1,000,000,001%.
That's weird because every time you do it, it goes down by 10%.
Oh, really? I only got 10
You've
spells?
never
I am
cast-
so in trouble.
It gets
He
pretty
just-
cold.
He cast weak spells is all.
We got yeah, that's right. We got 8 minutes, guys.
All right. So the Chimera is gone. You have the double doors here. You have A door
Yeah, I tell Jinx to check the safe door.
on the top side. Yep,
Yeah,
it
spot
says
or
Does
safe.
it say safe?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says on the ground in
Safe is
chalk.
written in chalk on the top of the doorway.
Kind of like the barrel out there that says "Drink me."
Or the toilet that says use me and then you get swallowed by the. Yeah.
By the mimic, toilet mimic.
It's actually written right on the door. So, yeah, the word safe written huge in chalk on the door in common. So, a little more information. So, these double doors over here, they are plated in corroded copper. That the engraving looks like it's a depiction of a group of wizards peering over a pool of water.
So they're giant green doors?
Yes, and there's a oversized figure of a male wizard at the top of the image, raising his hands as if summoning a creature from the pool.
I look at the image and I stare back at Alamir and I look at the image again and I stare back at Alamir.
Yeah.
Brother?
The doors are also bulging noticeably from the frame. And it looks like they're bulging towards towards Spot and Alamir.
So they're bulging in?
Yes, they're bulging
Something's trying to get out.
Like dented or smooth? Like something beat on it or
like something
Like a
something
canvas.
beat on it from the other side, or is pressing against it from the other side.
Are they hot?
They're not hot, no.
there's a wizard on the top. And I looked at the wizard and I looked at Alamir and I said, is that your brother?
I look at the wizard.
No.
And the wizard has a charisma of 25.
That's
think
right.
he's
He's a
hot.
really
Actually,
good looking.
based on the history check that you had made earlier, Alamir, you recognize the oversized wizard image. Looks like
As-
some of the images you've seen of Diderius.
All right, and I say his name, Diderius.
So if that's Diderius, what do you know about him summoning something? Because he looks like he's pulling something out of the pool, and that might be what's behind this door that's dented it in towards us.
That's a pretty powerful pool if it's actually creating things versus just giving information.
He summoned something out
I
of
know.
it.
So
This
I'll
is what
knock
the
on the
picture
door.
looks like.
I'll knock on the door.
So you don't know? You can't answer that question?
I don't know. Can I answer that question?
No, you
Okay.
don't know any. He was a diviner. He wasn't a summoner.
Exactly. So here, I'll just do this just for the heck of it. Do I know anything? I saved my
That's a
intelligence.
save.
Yeah.
Do
You
I
knocked on the door.
know anything? I
What
knock
did
on
what
the
did he
door.
get from knocking on the door?
A 12 is what I not got.
Roll an athletics check for me, just out of curiosity.
To see how well I can. Oh yeah, great. You give me athletics, you give
How
him
well you can
intelligence. How well do I
Dodge
knock?
from knocking on the door.
I'm okay with knocking. I knock really well.
So here
Proud
we
of
go.
my knock.
I'm gonna roll this in here.
The doors burst open.
Oh,
Oh, we're so crapped.
no, that is the ultimate luck.
Okay, so
The
we're so lucky.
ultimate luck. So with that ultimate luck roll, which is like only a 1% chance, like the top 1% of luck just happened for you. You knock
We are
on the
one
door,
percenters.
you give a
Whatever's on
really
the other side.
solid knock, and you hit it just in the right way that it shifts on the hinges and
Opens.
pops forward just a little bit and creates a gap between the two doors. And you look through and you see on the other side a mass of stone pressing against the door. If it shifts anymore, it will all come tumbling in on top of you.
So don't go that way.
Well, on top of Spot.
As you quickly
I'm quicker
round
than
away.
you.
Sidestep to the right, 10 feet. All right. Well, so we were okay. So hold on, let me get the.
I'll go look at the safe
You
door.
go look at the other door.
Does it look like it's been opened at all recently?
So The safe door, it does. It looks like it was used recently and is fully closed, but doesn't. It just looks like the other doors where it just has
Put my
a
ear up against
latch
it and listen
handle.
to see if I hear anything on the other side.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. You hear absolutely nothing.
I will try to open the door.
Okay, the door opens. Let me open the door. Hey, door.
Hey, this one's open, guys. And then I'll say, and Spot's gone.
Come on.
Before I head that way, I'm gonna have one question about this hallway here.
Okay, give me just a sec here, because it's being a pain here. There we go. Yeah. So you open the door, and inside you see a well. It looks like there's still a little bit of water in it. Oh, actually, no. There's a well, and even though it shows water in there, there is no water in it right now. You see a bronze bucket on a rope sitting near the well, and an empty basin standing 8 feet up along the north wall. So there's a basin up here. There is stone steps leading up to that empty basin, and a brass lever protruding from the wall near it. And I'm sorry, actually, there is some water in here. Not a lot, but there's some water. So Luna, what's your question?
This hallway in front of me in half.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there's been any travel? Is there like dust on the ground, cobwebs going across it?
Go ahead and roll me a survival check, please. Okay. Yes, it looks like there has been traffic down this way. It's a stone floor with just a little bit of dust, and but
Scuff marks
not
and
enough.
such?
Yeah, not enough to tell. Like, it's just booted feet.
Okay. I point out what I see at half. This way he can learn from me, hopefully.
Yep, absolutely.
I do let people know this hallway looks like it's been traveled over by us, so and we decision which we check first.
Well, I say we go north.
Yep. And the other thing with this hallway is it slants down sharply, dropping about 15 feet over the full length that you can see where at the end where it opens up into another room. So.
Okay. I didn't hear anything coming down from that hallway though, did I? And
You
Hef didn't either.
And Hef is gonna just kind of stand on the other side of the mosaic here and just kind of keep watch. So, what would you like to do with that north room?
Go in. What else?
Okay.
Spot after you.
Okay.
Yep.
He
So-
runs a quick 180 feet.
And you notice on the other side of the door, safe is written on that door too. It's written on both sides.
Oh, just like the other door says unsafe. Got it.
Correct. And the other doors did say unsafe on them. My bad.
I helped you out.
At least you have a really good sense at this point that the chalk, at least so far.
It's got a 50-50.
Yeah, they're giving us a warm and fuzzy feeling so they can kill us later.
So you go into the room. It seems completely empty except for the water in the center here and the empty basin with the steps leading up to it with the lever next to it up here.
I walk in and I go, looks fine, guys.
I trust him.
I've heard that about rooms before.
It does seem nothing happens as you walk in.
What's in the water? Go take a look.
So it
I
looks,
walk up and lean in and look in the water.
Yep. So the water, it looks like it goes down quite a ways, and the water itself. So the air in here is very dry, and the water looks like it probably would be higher if it wasn't so much evaporation that happens in here, which seems drier than what you would expect. And this is the first time you've kind of had that thought. Anyone proficient in Arcana can make a roll, an Arcana check. Well, Alamir and Jinkin, you kind of both look around and you think, and both of you at the same time come up with the same thought. Illusions of grandeur with mold and decay behind it and extremely dry air. Magically dry air.
Jeez.
The only thing that you know of that would create this is a mummy lair. Specifically, a mummy lord's lair.
I look at Zemsta and hey, Zem, mummies are kind of something you'd be more knowledgeable of, right? He's like, what?
What?
Yeah, I hear all paladins have mummies. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Do you detect anything in this area?
Zem.
Zem, do you detect anything in this area since you seem to have the knack of
So I do divine sense.
You do divine sense, and what's the range on that?
60 feet, I believe. Let me double check.
Pretty sure it is.
looks into the water while he does it?
60 feet, as long as it's not total cover. I can detect it. It tells me if it's hallowed ground or desecrated ground, and I detect anything good or evil in that time frame.
Right. Okay. We're going to do something here. So what's interesting, Zem, is you do not sense any undead fiends, or actually, hold on a sec here. Undead fiends, etc. But you get the sense though that this tomb is actually consecrated ground, not desecrated, which is very strange.
That is strange. So I do say that out loud to everyone. Hey, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Especially as they're talking about like mummy lords and stuff. Mummy lords would definitely be on desecrated ground.
Are you sure?
Maybe one got converted.
Oh,
Does the pool look just like disgusting water?
No, I mean it. No, the pool, the sediment would have settled to the bottom. It looks like the same water that you saw outside.
I'm gonna ask Zem to, if he can, as a paladin, can he bless the water? Not using a bless spell, but do the religious. Hey, bada 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 bing bada bing bada boom.
In the name of Bahamut, the water's blessed.
it starts boiling.
Mummy jumps out of it. Ouch! You have any holy water?
No.
Okay.
He just blessed the water. It's holy, right?
That's right. Well, good thing I do. Just joking. All right, so nothing to be seen here.
Spot, do you want me to cast light on another pebble and toss it over to you? See how deep it is?
Well, how deep is your love? Is your
You can't walk over and throw it in yourself.
Well, I'm good where I'm at.
So it looks relatively deep here. Like you're fairly certain that, it goes down a decent ways.
I mean, everybody should have water breathing. No, haven't cast it yet. Never mind.
And as you are sitting there looking down into the pool, or actually, Hef is still down there looking down. So as you're looking down, looking into the pool, looking around, Spot, you see movement in the pool. And
Sure, throw me a stone, and then I drop it down since I saw motion.
roll a perception check for me. Oh yeah. You see something swimming up, and it's huge. And your first thought from the stories that were told before you just walked in is confirmed a moment later as a troll head bursts from the water and begins to climb out.
Automatic reaction, acid hands, punch it in the face.
Let me clear.
You already reacted.
It was a reaction of him coming out of the water, yeah.
So, initiative, please. We need initiative rolls. I will say that Spot still just barely hasn't quite been a full 10 minutes, so still has inspiration.
Can I add my inspiration to my initiative, Al? I don't remember if I can or not.
That's the one thing you can't. Actually, isn't technically initiative
is a
an
dexterity
ability?
roll. Yeah, it's an ability.
It's an ability check?
An ability
Yep.
Is it?
check, yes, it is.
So technically, yes.
Okay, and it's a D what nowadays?
A D something.
10?
D10.
So put another 9 on that. So my initiative is a
22?
22.
All right, and I think, what is your dexterity? And
My dex is a +3.
and
It's a 16.
Luna, what's your dexterity? Plus, is it
My dex is +2 on the save.
No, just your dex. Right above your dex.
Oh,
What's
14.
your score?
It's you, don't worry. You're after spot.
Cool. Okay. Wait, how come it didn't show up? I put it in there. All right. I guess it didn't show up. Don't know why it did that. Let's try this again. I love it. There's so many things that aren't working properly today. But we'll go ahead and put this in. All right. All right. So Spot, yeah, you get to act as immediately.
I got a full action, then boom, boom, boom
Okay.
with acid. Right, that's one of my choices, I think. Yes, because that's what I've been using. 16 hit,
Yes, it does.
15 acid damage.
Ooh. And you punch it in the face with acid, and it screams.
10 probably doesn't hit.
No. No.
And a 4 doesn't hit. And then... No, never mind. The last one I can't roll because I'm going to use my bonus action to dodge.
Okay. So it was just the 15 then.
Just the one hit, yep.
Okay. Luna, your turn.
Just help everybody out. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire on it.
Okay.
So they need a Dex 17 saving throw.
So are you putting it like right on top? Like how are you where are you casting the 10 by 10 foot or 20 by 20 foot cube?
It's 20 by 20. And right now it's covering a 20-foot space coming up through the hole.
Okay.
So is it a 20-foot cube or just 20-foot plane?
It's a cube.
Okay. So I'd 5 foot above going down below.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yep, you can. All right. Dex save. Fail. And what's the DC?
DC 17.
17. Okay. Excellent. So well, normally I do purple for the fairy fire, but
Spot got purple.
I'll tell you what. It's still going to be purple, or let's do this. There you go. It's a pink fairy fire.
That's okay.
Whoop. There we go.
It's a real fairy.
All right. And then that's your action. What else?
Bonus action, I'm going to reunite Shillelagh
Got it.
and stand.
Okay. And so you're staying right there? Got
For
it.
now.
Okay. Alamir.
How tall is this room?
This room, I think this room said it was... No, it doesn't. So 10 feet.
All right, so 10 feet. So that's not gonna. So let's see. All right, so I'm going to cast Fireball. 5, 10, 15. So if I go here, 5, 10, 15, 20. If I go here, 5, 10, 15. If I go here, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
You have advantage on it.
What?
It don't really
How-
need advantage on Fireball. I'm trying to figure this out.
How did that happen, Jenkins?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you were at 20. Where did you go?
I don't know.
So
I just
Jenkins,
gotta
go ahead.
No,
I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting this. So you said 10 feet high.
All right, well, let's put you back in.
I'm
Make
still
it go
going.
down the hole.
Plucky, go in the hole.
Okay, so, Jinx, your turn.
You
What are
got
you
you.
doing? Give Alamir some
I'm
time to
struggling.
figure out.
It won't be long. I wasn't really prepared. I just was noticing it more than anything else.
I thought it was a small list. I really did.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it.
Catchfish's Mockery on it. Just looking to get the wisdom save to get him at disadvantage to hit.
Okay. Vicious Mockery. Wisdom, right?
Yes, 19.
Oh, it's really good at wisdom. There you go. An 8.
It takes a whole 8 points of psychic damage at disadvantage to hit on its next attack. And I back up. Yeah, I back up another 5 feet. I'm going, hey, Luna. Or, hey, Half. You might need your hand. I use his extra action or whatever.
Okay.
I'm good.
Alamir.
Now he's ready for his fireball.
Yes. Now you're out of the way. Well, actually, if
Well, I'm
technically
gonna just do. I'm gonna do this one instead. Does a 17 hit it?
17 does hit.
Sorry, it's a
DC.
DC. It's a DC 17.
It's a,
DC 17.
Save.
So, it's wisdom.
Wisdom. 12.
Yeah. So it takes 17 points of damage.
17. Ouch. And as the bells ring above this creature's head as it's climbing out of the water, and it goes almost
And
like
I'm
it's
done.
starting to cry.
Okay.
All right. Hef. All right. I didn't want to give Hef the first kill of the evening, but now he'll come over and he will here, I'm going to get rid of the tile because Hef wants to be right here so he can still watch down the corridor. And Hef will shoot some arrows. Action. Longbow. Here we go. Wow. Yeah, a hit. And a hit. And barely a hit. 15 is the DC. So he does a total of 15 29 42 points of damage.
Estimating life and everything.
And the arrows just pierce this creature through its neck, its heart. It's got one right in the eye, and it's barely standing up. And you see the creature look around, ooh, and it tries to just lets itself drop back into the water. Both Zem and Spot can take attacks of opportunity at it with advantage because it's fairy fire. Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I would have had an advantage too.
Attack of opportunity. That's just one.
Yep.
Where is it? There we go. Roll. Nope. 14.
No, 14 misses. So, but the arm of justice, Sophia, hits.
Actually, I didn't roll that with advantage. You said advantage, right?
I did. I thought. Oh, you didn't. Yeah. So you get one more roll.
Ah, that's worse. It's the same.
Okay.
Worse damage, same roll.
So the troll pushed itself away, but as it's going down, Sophia strikes out and just lops the creature's head off, and it lies there dead in the pool.
Do trolls float or sink?
It starts to the head floats on the water for just a second, then it begins to sink into the water, and the body is
Grab
sinking.
it by the ear and pull it out because I don't want to have to swim through troll bloody water that much, so I try to pull it out as fast as I can.
Make a perception check as you reach into the water for the head. You get advantage on the perception check too.
Oh,
Is there glowy things down below, purpley?
there we go.
Yes, there
19?
absolutely is. You see a second troll flamed in fairy fire, swimming to the bottom and then disappearing off to the side as it swims away. And
There was another, guys.
That chalk lied. That room's not safe.
Well, it is safe. We didn't ask them if they were sunbathing or taking a bath or something. We just killed them because they were trolls. So, again, we kill things way too fast.
So, yeah, that is. So we can clear. End of. You're out of combat. And yeah, the dead troll, and the rest of them swam away. And you have the room to yourself once more. And that's where we're going to end for the evening. Here in the first entrance areas for the Tomb of Diderius.
Question for you.
Yes.
Does this troll appear to be the same troll or look like the same troll as the troll that we saw down in the well earlier today?
It is the same type of troll that was seen, yes. They were just normal trolls.
Well, I was asking if I could tell if it was the same troll.
Oh.
And it was
Is
it
it
was
Marcus?
a question, and you
Marcus,
answered the
twin
question by
brother
saying
Eddie?
it's the same. It's the same, like, race or whatever. I don't think all trolls look the same, but you, sure.
Roll. Make an insight check.
Do you want me to do insight too or not?
I mean, yeah. If Jinkin.
Because I was the one that spotted it.
Yep. So if Jinkin.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, that's true.
Troll blood. Troll blood. Get the troll blood.
So
Just
both of you think it's the same troll. Yes, you think it's. You think that
Okay.
this is the same troll.
Okay.
This was Freddy then.
As especially since you have the head to look at, and Luna, you got a clear sight on that other head, and the markings on the head, other than the arrow through the eye, look exactly the same as before.
Okay. Can Hef use his now troll blood arrows?
Sure.
I don't know what benefit that is, but
All right. Okay, so yep, we will pick up there next week and continue the little delve into the tomb. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen, for playing, as always. And thank you, everyone out there watching our adventures. Until next time, may your life be filled with peace, joy, and love. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Night.